Alright, so welcome back to another day of the 100 Days Design Challenge with Xpress-Pixels. And let's not forget we are still in the business of designing movie posters. Alright, so let's just dive right into what we have for today. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is open Photoshop, alright? So I'm going to select my canvas size, of course, that's the first thing. So the dimension I'll be working with today is 2600 pixels by 3000 pixels, and I'm just going to create. Good. So now the next thing I want to do is import my first resource, of course. So I'm just going to go into my file where I have my resources. This is the first one. I'm just going to take this. I'm going to drag and drop inside of Photoshop. I'm going to paste this here. All right. So once I paste it, I'm going to increase this to take up the whole space. Just increase this. Good. So once I'm done with that, let me just drag this down. Let me drag this. Alright, so once I'm done with that, next thing I want to do is I'm going to edit this image, of course. I'm just going to go into my filter, camera raw filter, okay? So once it opens, I'm going to reduce the exposure, increase the texture, change this to black and white, increase the texture, increase the DAs. Alright. Let's increase the texture. Good. Okay, I'm just going to click. Okay, before that, let's increase the details and then increase the sharpening. Alright, let's sharpen the image more. Next thing we're going to do now is I'm going to add the solid background color. Okay, so I'm going to click here, select solid colors, and then I'm going to take it to white. Okay, good. So I'm going to take this behind the image. Okay, now the reason why we're adding the solid background color is so that you see all this part where you have shades of black around it. We want to wipe that off. So I'm just going to go into my brush to create a layer mask right on top of the image, reduce the size of it. Let's change this to hard brush. Okay, so you just wipe, all right, just wipe. All right, good. You wipe here and here. All right, okay. Wipe this. So anyway, you see a shade of black, you just wipe it out. All right, you don't want anything messing up your design. Now once we're done with that, I'm just going to convert this to a smart object. I'm going to convert to a smart object. Okay, good. Once I'm done converting to a smart object, what I want to do next is I'm going to go into my select here and I'm going to select the subject. So once the subject is selected, what I want to do is I'm just going to press Ctrl J to create a new layer on top of this. New layer is just the selected image. Okay, so what I want to do next is I'm going to import the next resource I'll be using. Before that, let's just adjust the position of this image a bit. So let's just move it towards the center a bit. Okay, I think this is okay. Good. So I'm going to go into my file. Alright, so this next resource I'll be using this here. I'm just going to take this, I'm going to drag and drop side of Photoshop. Alright, so increase the size of this, increase the size of this. Okay, now let's bring it down. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to clip it directly to this image I duplicated on top here. So you just left click and then you create a clipping mask. Alright, so after clipping this, let me increase this again. So the idea is we want this to cover from the beginning of the shirt to the end of it. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go into my filter, camera filter. Okay, so we'll just edit this a bit, make it darker. I want to add a kind of feel to it. So once it opens, I'm just going to go into my basic here. I'm going to increase the texture, increase the clarity, increase the dehaze, the vibrance, reduce the exposure. All right, reduce the exposure. Okay, so this is okay, this is good. All right, and then I'm going to click OK. Once this has taken effect, I'm just going to create a layer mask right on top of this. Going to my brush tool, change it to a soft brush. I have to change this to black. Alright, so you select your soft brush and then you just wipe right over the image. Let's increase the size a bit. Alright, so I'm going to shift my edges here, around here, do the same here. Alright, So now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to import the next resource, of course. I'm going to go into my file. Alright, this is the next resource I'll be using. I'm going to drag this and drop side of Photoshop. Then I'm going to place this. Now, once I'm done with this, I'm just going to increase this to take up the whole space. Increase this, okay? I'm going to go into my camera raw filter. Camera raw filter. Now, once it opens, I'm just going to increase the texture, increase the clarity, increase the vibrance, reduce the exposure. Alright. Let's increase the clarity and this. Okay. Alright, so we can increase the shadow. We want more of the blacks. I'm sorry, reduce the shadow, more of the blacks. Alright, can reduce the highlight. Alright, and then I'm just going to click on OK. Now, once this effect has taken place, I'm going to drag this behind the image I duplicated. Okay, initially. So what I want to do from here now is I'm going to create a layer mask right on top of this. I'm going to increase my brush tool. I'm going to go into my brush tool. Right, increase the size of it. Increase the size and just wipe right over this image here. Okay, so you just erase till you are comfortable with whatever it is you have there. So right on this image too, let me still erase a bit of this right here. Just erase this part, erase here. Okay, all right, that's good, that's good. Now the next thing I want to do, of course, is I'm going to add the title of this movie I'll be creating is Take Me Home. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to add the text home, HOME. Okay, I'm going to change the color, of course. So you just press Ctrl A to select everything, change the color to white. So I'm going to change this font to Road Rage. The font I'll be using is Road Rage. So in case you want to download the font, you can download it online. Road Rage. This is the font I'll be using. So Take Me Home. Let me just increase the size of the font. Increase the size of this. Let's take this down. Alright, let me still increase this a bit. Okay. Alright, so that's good. This is good. This is okay. Alright, so I'm going to just duplicate this font. So let me just press Alt. Right on top of it, I'm going to drag out. Okay, to duplicate. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to double click on this to change the font. I'm just going to change, sorry, the text here. I'm going to put take, T-A-K-E-M-E. Alright, so take me. I'm going to reduce the size. Reduce the size of this. Alright, so I'm going to take this now and place this here. Let's still reduce the size of this. And I'm going to click OK. Good. So now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add maybe a date or where the movie will be, you know, where people can get the movie. So what I want to do is import the next resource, of course. I'm going to go into my file where I have my resources. Let me just import the text Netflix. I'm going to take this, place this here. Okay, let's assume the movie is on Netflix, right? I'm going to take this here. Let me place this here. And also let's assume that there's a set date for the movie to come out. So I'm just going to add a text. I'm going to come here, add a text. I'm going to write February, let's say 13th, okay? Say 30th of February. This. Alright, so let's select this and let's change this font. We don't want, of course, we don't want it to have the same font as our, you know, our main font, like the title of the movie. Let's just change this to Product Sans. I think that should be okay. It should work. Alright, so once it has changed, I'm just going to reduce the size of this. Let's place this here first. So you just click, drag it down, and then you reduce the size. Alright, okay. Let's increase this a bit. We want it to align with the Netflix text, of course. Let's just increase this. Increase. I think it's okay. This is okay. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to mask, select both of them, both the February 13 and Netflix. So let's centralize it. Take this and drag till you get to the middle. Let's reduce the size of this also a bit. Alright, good. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm going to take a screenshot of this and just edit. I'm going to press Shift Ctrl Alt E to take a screenshot of this. After taking a screenshot, I'm going to go into my filter, camera raw filter. Once it opens, I'm going to let's increase the vibrance. Alright, let's make the colors pop. Increase the vibrance. Then we can increase texture also, but let's not increase it too much. We don't need it to be too much, just a bit of it. Let's reduce the exposure. Okay, exposure. And then I think it's okay. I just click OK. Alright. Alright, so these are our designs. Alright, so with this we've come to the end of the design for today. I hope you learned something new. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. Have a lovely day. I hope to see you in the next one.